This is Beginning Gardening with Nana, and I just wanted to give you an overview of the garden. This is the back garden, not the back garden, the small garden. And as you can see, there's annuals and perennials both growing. Lots of showy impatiens, but then also the hostas. And here are some calla lilies just getting ready to bloom. I'm going to go around this tree. Here are azaleas. They've already bloomed twice. It's third week of May. They're white azaleas. They'll bloom again. And these ferns behind them. And then the hostas that were planted about 3 weeks ago. The bunny's been getting into them. I just put down some fresh mothballs to try to deter that. So everything's looking nice. Some of the iron plants are looking a little scraggly. That's okay. They'll fill in. They'll look better. I'm going to show you the hydrangeas. They're in bloom now. Pale pink bloom. The soil here is alkaline, so I had to put some lime down in here to keep these pink. They were pink when I bought them. Another azalea bush. It hasn't bloomed for its second time. And now let's go to the big garden. Back here, as you can see, lots of annuals in bloom, but also perennials. These are mountain hostas. Mountain hydrangeas. A little different bloom on those, and that one's not blooming yet. Here's some gardenias blooming. Let's walk around here. Lots of these hostas, just with the new mothballs out, because the bunnies have gotten at several of these. And then, of course, now here's an errant freesia laying here. Someone must have pulled it from the other side and planted it here. This is odd. That sometimes happens. Critters will take your bulbs or your plants and just replant them someplace for you. This is a viburnum. I have 4 of these at other places in the garden. Again, some more azaleas. These are not blooming right now. See, it's important. Here is a fuchsia in this basket. It's important to have both annuals and perennials so that you have something showy as you have saving your money with the perennials, buying something that shows every year. As you can see, these lilies are just about to blossom. They have their buds set. Some of them need staking, it looks like. And then some more of those freesia. Didn't get planted quite deep enough. They're kind of laying over on their side. Begonias, which are annuals. The Shasta daisies, which are blooming for their second time this season. Here are the guava blooming again, and the liatris coming up behind them. I didn't know if they would come up this season. They got planted kind of late. Let's go on in here to this part of the garden. Look at the pot with the sweet potato vine. A sweet potato vine going down there. It's going to be very pretty. We moved, as you may remember, we moved the lantana over here where it can go with the broom plant. The flowers have already bloomed, the roses here, but they're setting their next round of buds, as you can see. The buds on this one right here. So they'll be blooming again. The the salvia, we moved over here. That will be getting bigger and being more of a contrast with these roses. Here's another one of the viburnum with some begonia right behind it. And then again, the lamb's ear and 2 more azaleas recently planted. some roses blooming, and a brand new hydrangea that my granddaughter gave me. Planted it outside, and I also planted a second hydrangea that I bought online. It's just a stick. It's by that white rock. It's an Annabelle hydrangea. So along the next to the forest, I planted a few things against this little pathway, and they're coming up. These are cannas. They'll have blooms, and there should be more cannas. There's one right there. And then over here I planted some other little perennials right down there. I don't know if we'll have much of a show from them. They're looking kind of pitiful, and they haven't grown much this year. Okay, so let's walk around the path here and see what else there is. Again, the hostas and the impatiens, the mountain hydrangeas, and the gardenias. Here's some more impatiens spilling out of a tub. And now we're getting some elephant ears just now coming up. I had made a mistake with those windflowers, planting them and not knowing what they look like and letting them grow wild. We may just try something else next year. But that's it for the third week of May. Garden's looking pretty good. Lots of different varieties of plants. Overall, I'm very pleased. Thanks again for another episode of Gardening with Nana.